Bonjour tout le monde. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Quackmaster himself, Mr. JWRHarding.
Yes.
He's going to be quacking away at Silent Hill, the original on the PlayStation.
Japanese version.
Japanese version too.
Yep. And
Awesome.
we got JWRHarding with us. And pretty
That's
soon
me.
we'll get the Cat Link, who's a little bit late, but she's coming.
She's fashionably late. You know, it's
exactly.
That's just how it is. I mean, you set the bar for being late. I
Yeah.
don't reset. Let's just be real here. But
Yeah.
you know, his run was at midnight. He thought it was at noon the next day. So he couldn't make the difference between AM and PM. So that was his downfall. But because we're accommodating people, we're able to shuffle the schedule a little bit. And it was his very first run with NoReset too. So that was quite
Memorable.
quite the feat. Yeah, exactly. So. Well, I mean, we're ready. Are you ready to go and
Can
visit
I
some Silent
interrupt
Hill?
you for a second? Are you ready, gentlemen?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, just a second. So, my name is Muriel. Nice to meet you. Good evening, everybody. Mon nom est Anne-Marie. Je vais être la host pour les 4 prochaines runs. On a reçu des donations, en fait, entre les deux... Non, on a reçu une donation dans l'interlude entre les deux runs. We have received a donation between the last run and this one, so I just want to shout out DDG, who gave $10 for Skateman, who did not let our Lord and Savior Slowpoke fall. He did not.
He did once, to be fair, but after the fact, when he said he wouldn't, he didn't.
That's true. Donc, DDG qui a donné sa donation comme il avait promis à la run précédente pour Skateman qui n'a pas laissé tomber Lord and Savior Slowpoke. Donc, Harding,
Yep.
Silent Hill 1, take
Yes.
it away.
Yep. And hello, Cat.
Hi. Oh, just press on air on your control box over there.
Yeah, little box.
The left one. Technically. We couldn't brief her because, you know. Yeah, it's fine. We got Keishi here.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorry.
What up?
I'm late to the party, but hello. Ready to go.
Yeah.
Got the gamer specs and everything.
Yeah, you gotta be prepared.
Got to filter that blue light out.
It helps with this light too.
I believe you. I believe you. Studio lights are harsh.
Yeah, they really are.
All right, so we're ready to go.
Ready for a countdown?
Well, not for the run, but we're ready to go to this thing.
One moment.
Look at this guy on camera.
I'm confused.
Very confused. Very much so. Only fitting since he's playing Silent
Apparently,
Hill.
we're still 10 NES meme games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The 11th.
I had no idea you were running some meme games.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
me
Skate
neither.
Man, what's up? So don't worry, we'll fix it in post.
There we go.
There you go. See?
All fixed.
See, we're already in post. So, yeah, man, whenever you're ready to
Ready
go.
when you are. So,
Alright.
countdown. 3, 2, 1.
And go, I guess.
Awesome.
Oops.
There you go.
3, 2, 1, oops.
Oops.
Classic. Silent Hill 1.
Yep. And the Japanese version.
Oh, and the Japanese version.
Yep.
Nice.
It's cheaper.
Because he is a culture as well.
Can we have a quick explanation of what this category is?
Well, it's any percent. So basically, reach the end as fast as you can, and anything is allowed.
So new game easy is any %.
Yeah, there are some glitches that are used for New Game Easy. I don't know if you're going to be doing the major glitch that skips like one boss, but that's definitely...
The one you get tackled on in the
Yeah,
stairs.
the stair
Yeah.
tackle. That one's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that.
Where are you going?
Ever done it before, or
Oh, I've done it before. It's a pain.
Stop.
it is a pain?
But hopefully we'll just have some healing items and we'll be okay.
Yep. We'll be okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. You know, I was going to donate because I said I was going to do it for the Slowpoke, but
It always ends up with that one.
it's always a Dogo.
It always is.
I mean, because we're looking at the poll for the Silent Hill 2 incentive, Dog versus UFO, and
Aw.
UFO is lagging behind with 76-66. I mean, shoutouts for the 666 figure.
It is still time to send your donations towards the ending of Silent Hill 2 if you would like the aliens to win.
Yeah.
I guess there's still hope.
do you want the aliens or do you want the dog?
I mean, the dog
I
ending.
want the money, so go,
That too.
go aliens.
I mean, the
Yeah,
dog
go
ending is at
aliens.
419 and 45. It's quite, you know, you guys are basically saving the animals at this point. I don't know if you're how you can live with yourself. I'm just saying this because I'm trying to drive donation because I always save the animals in the marathon setting.
That's fair.
I mean, you can probably call me out on my bullshit right now. You know, if you've been watching this show just a little bit. But that being said, yeah, it's still a bid war. As long as she's not playing the game and she's not like about 3/4 into the game, it's still, you know, up in the air. Nothing's done. I'm gonna donate my $10 to UFO. That's what I'm gonna
Do it. Do it.
do. I'm doing it. Like live on stream, making my donation.
We're doing it live.
Oh yeah.
So in this this part of the run, basically the fastest way to get through this part is to just die. You walk into the so-and-so children and they just claw at you until you fall over. That's essentially how you get to this part where you get to meet Sybil, the wonderful lady cop that we don't get to actually see, but she is a big part of this run.
And the children are looking different in the Japanese version. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, because they had to make some changes for the US version or the North American version because, well, they didn't like the representation of children in the game, so, you know, that had to be changed.
I mean, the West had a bit of an issue with, you know, overall Japanese horror themes.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then they started just remaking everything super cheap and stealing storylines and concepts from Japan and, you know, calling it like it's, you know.
Well, Masahiro Ito and just the overall game design team for the the Team Silent team, their monster designs are always just like, they always like to push the limits and like make something look almost borderline realistic to give you that fear. But of course, everything's different wherever you go.
Well, the thing that works really well with the Silent Hill monster designs, I think, is that it's a perfect balance between there's realism to them, but in a way that you cannot imagine.
Yeah.
So your brain kind of fills in the gaps, and you imagine the worst, because the worst is always going to come from your own mind.
Oh, exactly.
So they're playing a lot, like a lot of Japanese horror plays on that, you know.
Exactly.
So that's why that series. I mean, you know, we're talking the first 3 ones. 4 is okay, but it's all downhill from there.
After that, we don't talk about it.
Yeah, we don't. It's all downpour from there.
Oh, no, not downpour. Don't remind me. Yeah, so a lot of this is we're going to be running collecting keys at the moment.
There's a lot of running.
Yeah, a lot of running through the foggy town of Silent Hill. One really cool thing about the fog that they added in this game, basically they added the fog to eliminate load times, which is interesting.
Also, what they did is they are running the game through an in-house N64 emulator. So that's how they get the fog effect.
Yeah.
But it's essentially to allow everything to load within your view without it, you know, popping up randomly, which is why the fog became such a big thing. But yeah, a lot of this is going to be collecting keys, going from one place to another. It's pretty straightforward for the most part, until you reach probably the very end of the run is where it gets a little complicated.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Yeah.
Let me know when this is too straightforward. I have donations.
Ooh.
Sure.
That would be a good time.
That would be a good
That was
time.
a good time. All
I
right.
think so, unless Harding is a monster and doesn't want the donations to be right. That's another.
No donation. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Aw. Oh. We got $10 from G-Virus. Skateman saved our savior. Keep it slow. We got another $10 from Griska Junk. Oh my god, JWRHarding, mais quel homme! Sorry d'être absent à ce super événement. Good luck pour la run, Harding. Love you all. NoReset Speedrun. Have a great event, guys. Cheers. I sense a soul.
Damn. In search for answers. Is that it? Yeah.
Merci, Guy. Ça fait trop plaisir.
Thanks, Dre.
Thanks for your donation, guys. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We're here all night, all weekend.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we can reach $3,000 before the end of the night, which would mean that the next incentive is also met.
And
The
we'll
next
get UFO.
incentive should... We need to meet that. I mean, I want to see Bishujo, Senji, Sailor Moon are blindfolded. That sounds great.
That sounds like an interesting run.
Yeah.
Let's get there.
I mean, you know, being blindfolded is probably the best way to watch the run. Or is it, the runner? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Might be
mixed up.
that.
That's
I'm
awkward.
not 100% though.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Send me home.
if you want to say something, because I'm just walking in the midst.
Yeah, we're just collecting a bunch of stuff.
Bloodstained papers, you know, don't
Basically,
do
the papers that we collected are basically saying, hey, go to 11th Street. There's a doghouse. So we go to check the doghouse, and funny thing about Harry here is that he's like, oh, what? There's no dogs around. Oh, but there's a dog right there. When he collects the key. So that to me is always very comical.
that is not a good doggo.
No, these doggos are not the doggos you want to love.
No.
Is Silent Hill about dogs? I was not aware.
There are some dogs. They do have a thing for dogs.
I mean, there's a dog house, but is there a UFO house?
I think actually there's dogs in every single entry for the Team Silent games. There's dogs in Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, and 4.
And the other
Shattered
doesn't
Memories?
exist.
And the other ones we just...
But Shattered Memories, we can talk about Shattered Memories.
Shattered Memories is actually not too bad. It is a good...
And I guess Origin is on the PSP as well, or I think it's on the HD collection.
Well, no. HD collection is solely 2 and 3. Unfortunately, I don't know how that is a collection, but...
Yeah, it's...
You know, you know which one is my favorite? The pachinko machine Silent Hill.
Oh my god.
It's great.
Please, no.
Hashtag fuck Konami.
Oh.
I can't.
It was worth it.
We don't talk about pachinko and Konami.
Oh, pachinko.
Oh my god.
That trailer for the pachinko machine, though, it always pull the lever. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll pull it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Loto Quebec would approve of that commercial.
No, maybe not. Probably not.
It's too aggressive.
So at the moment now, we are technically in like a otherworld state, is what Harry would call it. Like, we're in the other world. But right now we're going over to the school, which, funny enough, looks like the kindergarten cop school.
Yeah.
You'll find out that a lot of the little details that they added in the school are exactly what you would find watching Kindergarten Cop, which is really interesting that they would add something like that in the game. But, you know, fun facts.
Yeah, it's probably because they watch a bunch of American movie to make American town.
They're very, like a lot of the little things in Silent Hill 1, and it's very, very prominent in Silent Hill 1, where you will look around and it'll be referencing book authors, it'll be referencing film, it'll be referencing, like, just every little thing of, like...
It's basically just a big top 10 YouTube video of American culture references.
Well, exactly.
In a game form.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Like, all the street names are all book authors, and
It's
like...
King Street or something like that.
Yeah, King Street, and
yeah.
then there's Levin, and then there's the...
Oh, 11, like from Stranger Things? Man,
Yeah,
these guys were
exactly.
ahead of their time.
That's why the big reason I really like this game is just like the little things that they add, the details are absolutely insane. So right now we're just kind of going around collecting certain items, of course. Harry with his infinite inventory, of course.
Endless buckets.
I don't know where he puts it all, but you know, he walks it with stride.
That's a good jacket to have when you travel, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I need that jacket, actually. That'd be great. So the school is a little interesting because a lot of the hallways end up looking the same. So when you're going to collect a lot of the items, it's like, okay, I was just here, but like, this is the front, or is it the back, or is it, which floor am I on? But of course, that's an intentional thing to cause a fear of where am I? But at the moment, we're just trying to get this clock tower activated so we can go to the depths.
Where everything is brown.
Yeah.
There's a lot of brown in that game.
The other world.
The other world.
How many other worlds are there?
There's too many.
It's like
Too
you gotta
many.
go one level deeper. There's like Inception Hills or something.
So yeah, a lot of the enemies you'll be seeing around the school are actually supposed to be children.
Yeah. With claws.
They have the claws and everything. Oh my god, this piano puzzle.
Yeah.
So to explain this puzzle, it kind of talks about birds, and how the puzzle goes is that it explains each different bird. So it's like, okay, what color is that bird? What color is that bird? But you have to do it in the order, and eventually you'll get it. But you can tell which keys they are because they have a different sound from the other ones.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, oh.
Uh-oh.
Please, sir, do not touch me. I'm sorry. Please, I'm just passing through.
I would have like a 2 liters of Purell on all times inside. I'll just bathe in like 100% proof alcohol for like a whole night. And that would probably be the end of me. And that's actually quite fitting for a Silent Hill ending when you think about it. Probably a bad ending.
Yeah, it would probably be a bad ending. There actually are a few different endings for this. Oh.
9.
It's not a polite way to eat.
I didn't mean to run into you. I'm just passing through. I swear. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God, just mind my own business.
But you can get good ending, good plus ending, and then bad ending and bad plus ending. Usually, I think we go for good ending. I believe. I can't remember.
I think it's bad ending.
Is it bad ending? I haven't ran this game in
Yeah.
so long.
I'm supposed to know, but I don't.
I think we usually just run the game as the routed tens.
Reset
and-
it.
By the way,
Reset.
fun fact. Well, actually, not fun fact. More like great news, everyone. Good news, everyone. Is that the original? I don't know if any of you have seen the original Silent Hill movie. Not Revelations. The first one, the good one.
Yes.
The first one was good. The second one was trash, but the first one was good.
First one was decent.
It was good. Honestly,
It wasn't terrible, but it had a lot of misconceptions of what the game is.
Yeah.
well, that's the thing, though. Me, I didn't take it as as like a straight translation of the first game.
Yeah.
It was more like a Silent Hill story set in the Silent Hill universe.
Yeah.
Yes, it did take Harry and all that stuff, but I think it was great. Me, I personally loved it. But the original director is coming back to make a new one.
Oh yeah, that was
And,
announced, right?
Yeah, that and the Project Zero movie for those who know the Fatal Frame series.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And he says he's gonna film in
Fatal Frame.
on location in Japan, as to not take away from the roots of the game.
oh, of course. I mean, it's a very Japanese-oriented game, so
I mean, they made the Grudge, so
it would only make sense.
it never stops them. So it's actually pretty good.
I feel I think my only issue with the first Silent Hill movie is that a lot of people think that the game of Silent Hill, or the town of Silent Hill, is based in Centralia. It is not. I assure you it is not. It is actually in a town of Maine. And it's in a little place in Maine.
Oh,
It's supposed to be a regular little town, not Centralia.
okay.
But the movie is based in Centralia, but yeah.
It took some freedom. with the
Well,
story.
you know what my main issue with that movie is? My one true gripe about the first Silent Hill movie. And spoiler alert, I give you 5 seconds to mute the stream, just in case. And I'm being nice right now because that's an open. Sean Bean does not die.
Yeah. That's strange.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Just doesn't
I have standards.
I can go on and on about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first Silent Hill movie.
We got sidetracked a little bit, but it's fine. We have an hour 25 minutes.
That is true.
If everything goes well, but he's probably gonna do it in like what? You said 2 hours was safe to
2 or 3 hours.
2-3 hours. All right.
Gonna take my time.
All right, I'm gonna be here a while.
He saw that setup block and he's like, I'm good.
So right now we're in the other world of Silent, or in the school, anyways. This is probably more confusing than the first half of the school, just because in the second half of the school, if you go into a specific bathroom, you end up in an entirely different place when you exit the bathroom. So it throws a lot of people off and being like, "Hey, wasn't I just here? What? Wait a minute." So I believe we picked up the shotgun now, we got the rubber ball, now we're getting a key.
Shotgun, rubber ball.
I
Good
love-
time.
You're also getting tetanus for sure. Like,
Yes.
But the scene where you pick up the shotgun is probably one of my favorite scenes, just of how they like present it and everything. It's just so eerie.
It's a good one. Mine is Lisa at the ending. Might.
well, that's one thing the series does great. I mean, it's not like
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
there is
Lisa.
there's a fair amount of shock horror and there's a lot of body horror, but I mean, it's in the way that it's really the
It's very
atmosphere.
subtle, and it's more about audio and like your
Especially in 3.
surroundings.
The audio in 3 tripped me out so much.
I think the audio in all three, like all the first 4 games, like 4 is kind of like it was a small project on the side while they were working on Silent Hill 3. But
it wasn't even a Silent Hill game at first. It just
yeah, it just kind of went into a Silent Hill game.
You know that Flex Seal Tape meme? Like those basically like unknown game that goes somewhere in a hole. Silent Hill. It was just called The Room originally.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, that's the worst, best movie ever made, so let's just do something else.
But the original Team Silent team, they did really, really good job with a lot of the audio. Akira Yamaoka is a genius with sound. Maybe not so genius with being a producer or director, but you know, sound he's fantastic with.
That's what he does best.
Yes.
From what I've heard, the original Silent Hill team was a bunch of people who didn't get along the other members of Konami teams, and they kind of gave up on the project and gave them full freedom of creativity.
Yeah, they just like here's your own freedom of whatever you want to do. Just we're gonna stick you in this corner and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then like, oh wait, that corner's making money.
Yeah.
Let's ruin that.
Wait, that corner's doing well? Okay, we're gonna keep that license for the rest of our lives and sell it as pachinko.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the school part isn't that long. It definitely feels like a long stretch for the most part. Oh, I love this. You slowly open the locker.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
No cats.
It's just full of blood. I don't know why, but it's full of blood. There was a cat earlier. I don't understand that, but hey.
What happened?
I still wonder what happened to that cat.
I don't think you want to know.
I don't want to either. It makes me very sad.
Poor cat.
That poor kid.
Press F in chat for cat.
F in the chat for the cat. Uh-oh.
Ow.
Please.
They have a magnetic grab sometimes.
That was a nice butt scratch, you know. Like. I know he's been running around the whole time, like barely taking a breath. I mean, you know.
You gotta take a little break, you know,
exactly.
little butt scratch.
Little butt scratch.
Little butt massage.
Yeah. Butt scratcher.
Butt scratcher.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. So
Everything is so brown. I get confused sometimes.
That is a-okay. I think the last time I actually came back to run this game, I got so lost in the second half of the school, I was like, wait a minute. Like, I knew what I was supposed to do, but then you forget where am I supposed to go and do those things. So it takes a little bit of time to get your bearings down. But I think we're now on our way to go see the mall, is what it's called.
The moth?
The mall.
Oh, okay.
It's the M-A-W, mall.
Le centre d'achat, le gros.
Le centre d'achat.
This...
À Silent Hill, man, ça va vraiment mal, ça le principal.
French reference.
This puzzle, I swear.
Yeah.
There's a specific order you're supposed to turn the valves, but if you screw it up ever so slightly, it throws it off a lot, and then you kind of have to... And it doesn't reset if you leave the room and come back in. So you can't just go, oh, you know, I screwed it up. Let me just go reset, like most other games at that time. You could just leave, come back.
Reset the room, and then you start the puzzle over again.
Yeah, like a lot of Resident Evil games, you can just leave, enter, and then it resets. But this one, Silent Hill, it ain't about that life. So, this is the mall. He's very straightforward in terms you just shoot him a few times with the shotgun, you wait for him to open his mouth. Eventually. There we go.
No.
Oh,
shit.
Oh no!
See, there's a massage.
Yeah, I messed up.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Hashtag Marathon luck.
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Thankfully, you can continue.
That sound effect was...
Thankfully, thank God for the continue.
The thing happened because...
Oh, you did.
Reload.
Yeah, that
Just take the knife, man. Just go like down the middle.
When he tries to hit you, you gotta be ready to shoot him twice in the mouth, so... It's not gonna happen twice.
There we go. And he melts into the floor. There we go. He's done!
Don't clap. Don't clap.
Don't clap for
I
that.
messed up.
I was clapping just because
You know?
I'm trying to support
rooting
here.
for
I'm
you.
sorry.
Thanks for the support.
Screw you, man. Like,
Damn.
damn.
Just
I saw this.
ripping into
Such
him
a
here.
downer, man.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously.
I'm having fun.
We're not getting slowpoke this time.
No,
No
we're not.
slowpoke.
No slowpokes. As much as we love our Lord and Savior, no slowpokes this time.
So now we are free from the school. We can now leave, get out of there. It's done. We move on. And now I believe we're going to go to church.
Yep.
We're
Balkan Church.
We're going to go see, not Claudia. I'm thinking Silent Hill 3.
Can't remember her name.
No, yeah, it's Maria. Not Maria. That's in 2.
No, that's 2.
I think it's
I'm getting
Steve
so
or
confused.
something.
Yeah, it's Steve. We'll
Yeah.
just call her Steve.
Just George. Whatever. Come on, Harding. Take me to church.
Yeah.
This is gonna bother me now because I'm like, I know her name. I love that woman.
There's Elisa. There's.
Oh, isn't that the one that eats the fetus? Isn't that the crazy cult lady in 3? I'm not
Oh boy! Wow, that was a lot. Okay. Yeah, I remember now.
See that nice bottle of Coca-Cola on the table?
Yeah.
You know, Silent Hill at least lets you bring your own drinks in.
Yeah.
I tried to bring a drink in. That did not go over well.
No.
No, I drank a little bit and I was like, can I just keep this here? Thank you.
Ma'am, we cannot let you in with your tequila.
We cannot let you in with your G Fuel. No. No, you may not. Oh. But my energy. That's okay. I'll just walk out and go walk out, drink a little bit, come back in. It's fine.
I mean, should I be drinking G Fuel? Sounds like that stuff is made.
Dahlia. That's her
Dahlia.
name. Dahlia Gillespie. Not Gillespie.
I was close. Steve and Dahlia. So pretty
I
close.
think it's Gillespie. Anyway, Dahlia.
Yep.
God, I need to brush up on my characters. Been a while. But yeah, so essentially we're going to be meeting Dahlia. She is a interesting character. I like the way she talks, to be honest.
We won't see any of that,
No, unfortunately not.
unfortunately.
It was foretold by gyromancy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was pretty good.
Man, I could go for a gyro.
Yeah.
Gyro. It was foretold by gyromancy.
I mean, I actually pronounce it gyro since I'm half Greek, but I mean, if I say gyro, they're like, what? Like what? I'm like, okay, gyro.
So you generally just have a talk with Dahlia. She kind of like she's very vague. She doesn't really explain a lot. She's just like, it was foretold and this is what's this is supposed to happen and yada yada yada, and you're like, okay.
Here's a key and a strange object.
Here's this pyramid thing.
Mm.
Okay.
Silent Hill is just a giant, like, rundown flea market.
It's
where you find a
very
bunch of random stuff.
It's a very confusing game in the sense of like it doesn't explain everything to you. It's not like a cookie cutter cut and paste like this is what you get. This is the story. This is everything. It likes to keep a little bit of mystery so you can kind of make conclusions to yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, you know, filling in the gaps and everything, and a lot of times whatever you're going to
Scary.
imagine is probably even worse than whatever they
Yeah.
can come up with for you specifically.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Junji Ito, the manga artist.
Oh, Junji Ito, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
creates a lot of stories, but you'll never get the full story.
Yeah, he's a fantastic
Yep.
author / artist as well.
Yep.
The Itos, man. I don't know what it is about Itos in Japan, but they apparently make great art.
Yep.
So we finally get across that bridge.
Music by 9 Inch Nails.
Oh yeah, the industrial themes in this game are just so good. So good.
Is this a good time for a donation?
Always.
Actually, yeah, this is
Oh, yes, it
perfect
is.
But
time.
what is it for a UFO?
I actually don't know. It's not written in the description. Good
Damn.
question. Well, I hope this donator put his donation towards one of the bid wars.
All right, go ahead.
All right, we have $100
Oh,
from Naf.
damn.
Woo! Thank you so much for your generosity. On a un $100 de la part de Narf qui nous dit pouvez-vous croire que j'avais jamais vu Silent Hill en action avant aujourd'hui? Ben moi non plus, Narf. En fait, c'est la première fois. Ça a vieilli, hein? Là, je comprends pourquoi ça a marqué les gens. L'ambiance est impressionnante. Allô, Anma. Oui, allô, Narf. Je t'aime. Passe une belle journée. Oui, puis merci pour ta générosité. C'est énorme.
Thank you,
On
Narf.
the couch, do you have time for another one? I just
Wait a minute,
got
I got a
one.
question though.
Yeah.
Is he, ton ami Narf, là, c'est-tu un fan de Minus et Cortex? J'espère que oui. C'est juste ça que je vais dire. Parce que son nom, c'est Narf. Ce à quoi je réponds, Troz. C'est bon, tu peux continuer. Il y a
Okay.
une personne qui a catché la référence dans la foule, même si on le fait. C'est
That
bon.
just happened.
You can move on to the next donation. I'm done with my insanity. With my super obscure cartoon reference from the early 90s. You can go ahead.
I think she's shocked.
I think I just broke the
Yeah,
host.
you broke the.
I
Shit.
broke it.
Youp. Le piton était plus on. All right. Vous allez... You guys can tell me if 9.45 cents has any signification in the Silent Hill universe. We have a 9.45 donation from Master Fred 7. Had to do something with my hands because apparently I'm not allowed to clap for support.
Oh.
Aww.
Well, I mean, it does bring the total to like, you know,
Oh, is
222
this-
at the end.
Oh, it is to make it a nice number. Well, thank you for your generosity. We got another donation of $5 from Jester Fox with no comment. A big thank you to you.
Thanks, Jester.
Thanks to everyone who's donated so far.
Yeah, thanks to everyone, but I know Jester Fox.
So now we're in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We get to meet Kaufman,
Gotta love hospitals and horror games.
the worst shot in Silent Hill, Dr. Kaufman.
Hoffman.
Kaufman, yes.
Hoffman.
Kaufman.
Hoffman.
And I like this part because you need to go to the second and the third floor, and then the fourth appear. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, so there is no fourth floor at first.
Yeah.
And then once you go to I think it's you go to every floor, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, hey, there's a fourth floor.
Yeah.
I wonder what this is.
And
So-
then, you know,
So
you're
the,
ascending to hell.
yeah, so the thing with the number 4 in Japan is that 4 it means death.
Death.
So like how we don't have the 13th floor in our hotels, they don't have fourth floor. They don't have that. They didn't even like the release of the PS4 because they're like, I don't know about that one.
That's cool. PS Death.
Yeah.
PlayStation Death. Buy it now or
That's-
die.
That is metal.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's an interesting lore about Japan. They do not like number 4.
So that makes sense now because they kind of started killing the Silent Hill series at least with the 4th entry. Think about it.
Yeah, it died after that.
It's the beginning of the end.
And everybody keeps thinking that they're making a reboot of Silent Hill, even though...
No, it's-
Spoiler alert, that's not going to happen!
Nope.
I really wish Silent Hills was not canceled.
Yeah.
I'm still not over that.
Every good
Donations.
thing is as an
Oops,
ending, so it has to end somewhere and then start something new.
Yeah.
Well, she
Donations
likes
are
it.
still on a roll if you have a moment.
My goodness.
Go ahead.
All right, we have $20 from Zigga HGG?
Zigga.
Zigga. All
I think
right.
it's Zigga.
Zigga.
Where am I going?
Shout out au monde sur le couch, vous faites une sacrée belle job, parfaitement bilingue, c'est vraiment le fun pour les oreilles. Well, thank you, merci.
Yay.
Ça fait plaisir.
Pas de trouble, gros. No problem, big. Right? Am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
So now we are... Oh, yes.
I got lost and then, but that was on purpose, so.
We were lost and now we are found.
Yep.
Oh, you're grabbing the Aglophidus, right?
Yeah, glove for who?
For the
The Glove of
Sybil
what?
glitch?
Oh, yeah, right. that thing.
I'm so excited. Sorry, I love that glitch.
Fun thing about a difference with the Japanese version of this game is you can't let the cutscene run after the glitch, or else the game will crash. So yeah,
We're not watching the cutscene?
So you've played
it's
that
gonna
game.
crash the game.
Oh. I'm so sad now. That's my favorite cutscene. Damn you, PS1 version.
Yep.
If I would have known that, I would have just given you my PS3.
You wanted to play on the OG platform.
I get that, but
Yep.
like, the glitch, man.
I feel bad though.
Yeah.
Toss a coin to your glitcher. Ooh. I know
I
where
did
this
that
is
one
going.
already previously this afternoon. Toss a coin to your runners. Uh-huh.
Oh, that's true.
We have the belated comment from Jester Fox in the chat. He just wanted to say, Harding, my boy.
Yep.
What up?
Also, Narf says that, yeah, he is a big fan of Pinky and the Brain.
Yes.
Sorry.
I was really young when I was watching this, so that's how you knew. That's when you know how young I was, because I actually watched it in French. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Mais c'est si drôle.
ah, c'était
C'est
tellement-
minus, c'est cortex. C'est cortex et minus.
I'm as English as it gets, so.
I mean, you wouldn't think, but my mom's dad is Irish, my father's Greek, and I ended up going to French school and whatnot. I'm just messed up, man.
That's sad, man.
You're all over the place, it's fine.
I'm just like, what am I?
So the nurses in this hospital, are quite interesting as their own like creatures, I guess,
I mean, it's
because
so interesting. He's just running into one for like
Yeah.
30 seconds.
he just wants
Like,
to
"Oh,
get to
what's
know
up?"
them a little bit more. It's fine. But there's actually a difference between depending on what color they are. So the green ones, if I remember correctly, the green ones you can kill them faster, and then the blue ones they actually require a little bit more damage.
I never noticed.
Yeah, it actually takes a little bit more to kill the blue ones versus the green jacket nurses. So sometimes, yeah, you'll see like the different colors, so you'll know how many shots it takes to kill that particular nurse.
How many stabs to the face can you take
Yeah.
on average?
Harry is a legend. All right, you can't kill legends.
With his clown feet.
Except in 3?
We don't talk about that moment, okay? It's a very sad moment. Poor Harry.
Oh, poor Heather.
Poor
Or-
Heather, poor Harry, poor that poor family. Let's be
Yeah.
real. They go through a lot.
Did you notice that in the Silent Hill 3, it's James 3D models
Yep.
that represent the.
So in Silent Hill 3, there's actually a scene where they show Harry on the chair. In the collector's edition, they actually show his face, but in the regular, like the regular version, the original version, you don't see his face. Why? Because you're not supposed to, for one, because it's supposed to be more of like the sentiment of that's dad. Yeah, they just used James Sunderland's model for Harry's body in Silent Hill 3, which was an interesting thing. They reuse his model a lot, actually. Like, specifically Silent Hill 2, they reuse his model a ton.
A lot of the dead body you find is.
Yeah, every dead body you find in Silent Hill 2 is James. It's all James.
Not bad.
Yeah. He's-
Rip.
Yeah, ripping pepperonis.
That game is so well written.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
What's this?
Nani?
We have another donation. Are you just exploring? Is this a good time?
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
are just exploring, yeah.
There's a lot of nurses. Okay. We got a $20 donation from Sikri. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Secret.
She says, just to hear the lovely voice of the host, thank you. A cool game of JWRHarding and for an amazing event. Totally not in the backstage right now. No, no, no. Oh, no, we're not. We're definitely not
We
hiding
outsourced.
backstage.
We outsourced
Thank you
everything
for
to
your
India.
donation.
We outsourced everything in India or some, on another continent somewhere. They're not here. They're actually answering machines, reading
We know.
text-to-speech. We
Creepy,
coded this over
dark
the weekend.
factory with rust on the walls.
I like that.
So
Or
you're in
just a
Silent Hill,
computer.
basically.
Oh, the decrepit walls.
All right, that's it with the hospital.
Or maybe we're just in your mind.
Whoa, it's like a Fight Club moment right
Oh
there.
yeah, this is where we get to meet Lisa.
Yes.
She's a great character in herself. She's very interesting. When you at least when you have your conversations with her, like she kind of explains what happened to her a little bit. And it's actually very, very sad what happened to her. She was basically forced to take care of Alessa, and she was fed White Claudia, as they call it, which is the drug that they were pushing around through the cult.
Sad story, bro.
Yeah, so eventually the drug that she was taking ended up doing some things to her that weren't so great, which we'll see later on, which is probably one of the most intense moments.
I'll let that cutscene play because it's my favorite one.
It's a fantastic cutscene, and it's like the music in that cutscene. You can't skip that music. It's so good. So now,
Please don't stop the music.
don't stop the music. No, 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 don't stop. So now I believe we're on the way to the antique shop.
Yep.
Yes.
To
Which,
the easiest glitch ever.
That's the first place I would
Kappa.
go to in a haunted town full of monsters. The antique shop.
Yeah.
and I think this is where we get introduced to the monkey looking monsters, where they actually make like monkey sounds, and it's kind of funny. But they're very they're a pain. If you're too close to them, they become a magnet and they just latch right onto you. But we will abuse that in a sense for this particular glitch that we're going to be doing.
Yep.
You say we, but he's the only one playing.
I say
Yeah.
we like all the time because it's
Yeah.
just
That's
it's
something we
just
say.
a habit.
That's something we say.
I like to include people, but it's all Jay here. You got it.
I know.
No, we got it.
Yeah, we got it.
I'm just here for emotional support.
I'm just here because it balances out the camera shot.
Yeah.
Not really, but
So that room that we were just in with the altar, he discovers this altar with white powder, which he doesn't know what it is, but it's just a bunch of white Claudia, which most people, when they're like, white powder,
thinking emoji.
what? I wonder,
450-514-389. C'est ce que je veux dire.
I'll write that down.
Alright, so now it's time to get a glitch in. Let's hope they play nice. I believe.
Oh, come on. Come on, monkey.
I pushed you. So how this glitch works is essentially you want to stand in a particular spot. You have to be close enough to be hitting the load screen, but not close enough where you're not too far where that happens. You basically want to get jumped into the load. So what that happened, how that works, is that you get pushed out of bounds. It's just a very tricky setup because you have to slowly walk in and hopefully you hit it properly. It's hard to explain.
And the monkey doesn't always cooperate.
Yeah, sometimes he'll
What are
go
you
in
doing?
from an angle. You want to make sure that he's straight, just jumps right onto you.
Oh,
Hopefully you got enough healing.
Yeah, I think I do.
We don't want to die here.
No. Let's touch some wood.
I don't got any. I don't got
actually,
any
that
wood.
desk, I just did on my side.
You did?
Okay, we're good. Did it.
Your turn, Harding.
Oh, he already did.
There you go. Safe strats. We're doing safe strats.
Yep.
So maybe if you try a little bit closer.
Do we have time for another donation?
Yeah,
You got
probably.
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna be
Plenty
at this
of
all
time.
night.
This is the
Nice.
part that's gonna take 3 hours.
This is the Silent Hill 2 part.
Oh,
A bit closer.
So we have another $20 donation. Thank you so much from 3X Prototype. He says,
Oh,
"Good luck with your run, brother." Is that your brother?
That's my quack brother. No, it's not really my brother.
Oh.
Is your brother from another mother?
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, bro, for your donation.
Thanks, man.
brah. That was a
Bruh.
bra moment right there. I love the crunch sound. It's actually pretty good.
Eh.
Oh.
I'm good. So it's not an easy one. I'll try to get closer. From what I've been told, I need to move forward. It makes it easier. But
Oh, I think that should be good.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Your heel is on the top stairs, so
Yeah, you like I said, you want to be pretty much perfectly placed where you're going to be jumped into the load screen. You'll know when you get it because as soon as you get the black screen and you still hear the crunch, like it's essentially. Oh, that was.
I wasn't ready.
That was definitely not it.
I was too early.
Yeah, because when he drops, when the monkey monster, when he drops onto you, James kind of does, or not James, Harry.
Yeah.
Harry does this like slide to the left, or like slide. I think it's like a slide to the left, so that essentially pushes him out of bounds.
I think that's
That might be it.
That might be it. That looks like it is.
We might have some gold here. We just need the monkey.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Come on, monkey.
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 Where are you at?
Man. Where the heck are you? Please put me out of bounds.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Monkey gone.
He took a vacation.
He's like, nah, I'm not getting paid enough for this shit. He just like, buy Silent Hill. I'm gonna found a new life in is it Ashenvale? No. What's the town in the room? The next town to Silent Hill.
New Silent Hill? Or Old Silent Hill, I think it is.
Loud Hill.
Loud Hill. Oh, no.
Screaming
No clapping
hills.
this time? Okay. Thanks.
That's what you get from me.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Support.
Emotional support.
Yep. That's not working.
Why?
Definitely need to hear him after the load. That part. Don't push me, tackle me down. All right, monkey. This is getting embarrassing.
Monkey, please.
That's a monkey business right there.
Yes, I got
Yes!
Oh, we got it.
Let's go!
Oh, there. There we go.
it. After 15 minutes.
That is a very, very difficult trick to do. It is not something that you can just like, all right, I'm just gonna do it first try. It sometimes takes a few tries, and that's why it's probably one of the bigger reset points for when you're doing like PB runs or world record runs. But essentially, we're just gonna plop into a boss zone. So this is where a boss is supposed to be, but we're just gonna completely
Ignore that.
Yeah, we just skip an entire boss where you get a rifle, but we don't care about the rifle. We just want the shotgun, or as I usually always used to call it, the shot fun. I don't know why I would call it that, but every single time I tried to say shotgun, it came out as shot fun.
Maybe it was a typo you made once, because F and G are kind of they're next to each
Yeah.
other on the keyboard.
That's probably it, honestly.
You know, I think we might be able to break 3K before the end of Silent Hill 2. We've been on a really good pace with donations. By the way, shout outs to everyone who's donated so far.
Yeah, thank you guys so
All
much.
of you have been amazing. And this is a cause that's very dear to me, so it's always very touching and humbling to see that people still care. You know, it's great. You know, with the grid on the ground and seeing how this is a moth/bee thing, it's not really clear. You know what this part reminds me of? The Mario Paint Ice Water game.
Oh god.
I would mod that game to put that song in there during that boss fight.
So, essentially for this fight, you just want to strafe. You shoot, or you do one shot, you strafe, do one shot, you strafe, do one shot, you strafe until he's dead. It's pretty simple for the most part. It's probably like, besides the maw, at least you didn't die this time.
Hey, you got it.
Thanks
First
for
try.
reminding me.
I
First
will
try,
remind
every
you
try.
to the end of time.
And now you're back in regular Silent Hill on top of that building. You're like, what's up?
So now we are going to go to the boat area / sewers. We're on our way there, I believe, if
Yep.
I remember correctly. One thing I just want to say, screw the sewers and everything they're about with those hoppity grasshoppers that just like to jump on you from all angles, and
Yeah.
I have some PTSD with that.
Is there a game without any sewers? Seriously. It's like the worst levels.
A lot of games have sewers in them, at least a lot of horror games anyways, a lot of older horror games, because apparently sewers were terrifying.
School, sewers, hospitals. Those are like few of the mainstays, especially in Japanese horror. But
Sewers were the worst part of it. The
'Cause
new
most-
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Meh.
Resident Evil 3.
Yep.
oh man, that's good.
Pretty
I'm
excited
looking-
about that.
Oh, man.
Excited.
Yep.
Actually, I never finished my Claire playthrough on Resident Evil 2, and I got back to it last week actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it was like it took me maybe half an hour just to figure out where the hell was I in my game in my playthrough.
Oh, when you don't play a game for a really long time, then you go back on a save file and you're like,
Yeah,
where the hell am I?
but then on my second actual try, I got through that part. That then I remembered I'm like, oh, I was stuck there because I wasn't stuck in that same pattern of trying. I thought I was trying different things, but in the end, I was always doing the same thing. So I broke the pattern.
I think the first time I played through RET Remake was on hardcore, and that was fun.
Yeah.
That's what I did too. And my game is on hardcore. I'm like,
Hardcore
you know what?
nothing.
That's the way it was intended to be played. I mean, if you want to play survival horror and you want it to be a horror game,
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid. Just having to use ink ribbons makes you think about saving, which means
It reminds you of back in the classic days where you needed ink ribbons to continue on your game. If you died and you didn't save in the right place, well, tough
know.
luck.
But not just that. It's also the fact that you're thinking about saving. You're like, okay, I just did that, but you know
Or
what? If I
should
die,
I-
I'll just do it again.
Should I reserve this save? Like, how many saves do I have?
And then you're at this point where you're like, oh my god, I haven't saved in an hour and I've made progress, but now there's a liquor there and I've got like 10 bullets left.
Yeah,
So
it really
it's-
makes you think about your strategy. Where Silent Hill kind of it does a different thing
It's
where it's
different.
like you can save whenever you want or how many times you want on this notepad or on this red square, or in Silent Hill 3's case, like this giant halo of the sun.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can save as many times as you want. Like, it's not a big problem. But I think the saves are kind of spaced out a bit, where you might have to redo an entire section all over again, and you will
Yeah.
probably get lost. Again.
Man, I'm not gonna die in the sewers.
Got this.
I got
The
this.
sewers will not eat you. You will not let it.
Sewers.
Do you have time for another donation?
Plenty of
While
time.
you're just running around the sewers. All right. We have $5 from Sikri who says, I give $5 more if Harding says Silent Hill with his quacky voice.
Let's hear it.
I messed up my voice last night at the bar, so
That's your first
It's for
problem.
money. Let's hear it.
That sounds
Silent
like,
Hill. She wants me to say Silent Hill.
yes.
In a quacky voice.
Perfect.
That's not bad.
Outstanding
good.
performance. Thank you.
Yay.
And the Academy Award goes to
Daffy Duck, yes. Exactly.
Daffy Duck.
that was Donald Duck.
Donald
Yeah,
Duck?
that was Donald. Who's Daffy Duck? Oh, it's the okay. Yeah.
Is there a Daffy? I don't know.
Wait, Donald.
Who's Daffy?
Daffy
there?
Duck. Isn't he a Looney Tune?
Is
Yeah,
it
I
Looney
don't
Tune?
remember.
Daffy's the Looney Tune. Donald's the it's the black dog.
See, shows how much I know about these characters. I know, for shame.
Yeah.
You can shame me, it's okay. I will accept it. Send me all the hate mail. Shame!
Shame.
Ding.
Being shamed by the audience now.
With the duck bell.
Yeah, man. I'll try better. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
That is not where you get the key, my
Yeah, yeah.
friend. It looks like it, but it is
Yep.
Not quite.
We're almost there. Now we're there.
Making a duck voice takes a lot of brain power, so.
Oh. No.
The introduction of the grasshoppers.
Oh, but didn't he like come across 2 of these guys on the way too?
I know. It's just they do another entry of more grasshoppers.
Okay.
Yep.
They move in herds.
And then you also get the kids down here too, or something like I could just call them potatoes.
The potatoes?
They look like potatoes. It's like because you got 2.
I wasn't sure I had heard right. Like, yeah,
So
you
does
said
that mean
potatoes.
you use the flamethrower on them to fry them?
Yes. Exactly. I mean, it's just there's 2 type of enemies usually. Well, there's the creepers, the little tiny bugs, and then you have the grasshoppers, and then you have the potatoes. No?
You're my
Yeah.
emotional support, so I won't argue.
Can I hop on with a following donation?
Yep.
Of course.
Sure
That was good. Like props for that. That was good.
Play
We
on
have
words.
$10 from Sikri, who says he has done more than I asked, so I have given $10. Thank you, Sikri. I also want to mention, so we still have a bid war going on for Silent Hill 2,
UFO.
Dog versus
Oh,
UFO, and
more
those
like a-
numbers, we're getting a lot of donations, and those numbers are not going up, folks. That means you're not selecting a Silent Hill 2 ending when you're donating. So
Silent
please-
Hill 2 ending!
Yes, please do not forget to select. So the dog ending is still in the lead with $429, but the UFO ending has gotten a little bit of love, and it's now sitting at $101. Yes, so I mean we can still make it with $319 more towards aliens. Maybe we can get that.
Mm.
But I guess
I mean, that's not a bid war. That's a bid genocide.
Yeah, I mean, doggo people, I think. Just
People
to make sure
people
you can,
hear dog.
Yeah, you can still continue to give towards that. I mean, just to make sure, don't want to lose to the UFO people.
Don't want to lose to them aliens.
Yes, I'm trying to start some beef for that bid war.
And we're trying to colonize Mars. Let's not begin like an interplanetary, incident just now. Just let Elon do his thing.
Listen, we're trying to get
Yeah.
them to like the aliens and everything. It's a lovely ending. I promise you, the music is fantastic, and it kind of has a little bit of a mend with Silent Hill 1, and it does things with that. Vote for it. Donate towards it. Do it. Thank you.
I mean, if it has Catlink's seal of approval, I think y'all
Yep.
should get behind it.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Alright, so now we are on our way to go see.
Now we're running into the wall.
Oh, I run into that wall every single
Man.
time. It's the worst.
I gotta say,
Well, but it goes faster when you run into the wall.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
usually.
this ain't SeaWorld. This is real as it gets.
Yeah. Just gonna. Because I never die in this game, so I'm gonna take
And because you said that,
such from wood.
We don't die in Silent Hill. No.
nobody really dies in Silent Hill. There are fates worse than death.
Wow.
You have met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
Majora's Mask. Best Zelda ever. Try to change my mind.
Such a good game. Such a good Zelda.
Yep.
Such a dark game.
We're on our way to the lighthouse. Those flying
Birds.
bird pterodactyls.
Yeah. I was about to say Tyrex, but it's not.
I guess they're people dactyls.
Nice save there.
Oh, that was a good dodge.
Yeah.
Because it almost rammed into you.
Yeah, those one thing with the pterodactyls, as I call them, because that's basically what they look like to me. If you just weave around, they actually will never hit you for the most part. If
Yeah.
you just weave around, and usually they we'll just be like, oh, I'm gonna fly right past you. Bye.
Those are some bad stairs right there.
Yeah, they're a little bit of a pain to climb up just because you have to like press certain inputs as you go up, and I think going down is like the worst part of it. I don't know, it's really weird. So the lighthouse is looking a little ghostly? I don't know. It's looking a little weird. We're gonna go.
Let's go back down. It's like, nope.
I
nope.
gotta go.
It's like, this ain't the library.
Yeah, so now we're gonna get hit with the cutscene as soon as we exit this lighthouse, cause it's just gonna teleport us. I'm pretty sure it teleports us all the way back to the boat.
Yep.
Which makes things easier for us because then we don't have to go all the way back to the boat. I think we talked to Sybil for a bit, and then she's like, "I'm gonna go over here, and you go over there."
Let's separate.
You know, usual horror stuff where it's like, let's split up.
Yeah.
We're lost and wounded.
I'll take
Let's
the gun,
separate.
you take the bullets.
Yeah. Russian style.
This should go well. Yeah, totally fine. I forget where she sends you, because I think she was like, I'm going to the amusement park, and I'm just sitting here like, I want to go to the amusement park. Well, you gotta go there.
Trust me, there's no amusement in that park.
It's Discount Disney. That's what I call it.
I mean, Silent Hill 3 has the best carousel ever, though.
Yeah, it's Discount Disney. That's exactly, every single time I go to an amusement park in Silent Hill, it's Discount Disney.
Do you guys have a second?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
I'll give you a minute.
Right. We need to explain something. So people in the chat have been saying they cannot vote for the bid war. It might be a bit more obtuse that we want it to be. So you can click on the poll option on the Stiltify website to select your bid war option. But then when you donate, after you fill in all your info, your email and all that stuff, you have two options. You have donate or next. So you have to select next, and that will bring you to the incentives screen, and then your donation will be complete.
And then you press UFO. Don't forget.
Haha, exactly.
Yep.
So don't forget to click next. If you don't, it's just a regular donation without incentives.
Yeah, Tiltify is a little confusing if you're new to it. So yeah, just gotta look for polls.
They're working on a new workflow for the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's in beta. Works a lot better, in my opinion. So hopefully it gets released.
Time for the glitch you'll not see. I'm very disappointed right now.
I'm good.
I'm very upset. I'm upsetty spaghetti.
City.
So, since we're not going to be seeing the cutscene,
I'll shoot a little bit. I'm playing with fire. It's funny because it's glitching. Okay, we're gonna stop because I don't really
aw.
nervous.
So basically, Harry kind of goes into this dialogue. He's like, Sybil, snap out of it. And he's just like glitching all over the place. And you're just like, Harry, you snap out of it. What are you doing?
I'm just teleporting. Don't mind me. I'm just like, floating all over the place.
And then Sybil makes some weird sounds that, questionable sounds. And we're just like, Sybil, you okay?
We gotta talk.
Girl, we gotta talk. This is a little weird. But usually in that segment, you're either given the option to kill her or save her. I think that option we save her, because killing her, she is tanky. If you actually try to sit there and actually try to kill her, she does not go down easy. So it's just easier to save her. But now we are in nowhere, is what it's called.
Going to nowhere.
We are, it's probably the most confusing part of the game. And it's at the very end. So you get kind of taken back you get to see locations of the school, the hospital, you get to see just general,
antique
the
shop.
antique shop, and kind of just goes everywhere, but it does take, I think, the main location as the hospital. But you have to get a bunch of keys. I think the keys are Greek mythology, if I remember correctly.
The what?
This Ask the Greek expert.
the keys that you need for certain doors. I can't remember if it was like Greek words and stuff like that, but
What's the word?
I can't remember what the names are because they're very long and confusing.
You gotta give me something to work with here.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
Now, come on, I needed the words.
And
I
the
don't got
words.
the words. I'm sorry.
What kind of pizza?
Are we Italian now? I don't know.
No, that's good too. But I mean, my dad sounds more like Dimitri Tabornak, you pepperoni. Because my dad owns a pizzeria, so just to bolster the stereotype, he actually owns a restaurant.
All right, I'm trying to.
I mean, I grew up on pizza,
Yo,
obviously.
pizza's great. Love me some pizza.
He makes some good pizza too.
No, I just want pizza, dude.
Pizza would be good.
I hate that it doesn't tell me the name of the doors. Very disappointed. And also, you're playing the Japanese version, so I
Alert.
can't
Yeah,
know
alert.
anymore.
That's not Greek.
That's not Greek.
That one isn't Greek.
That's
That
that-
one's very English.
That's a weather station way up north.
Yeah.
If you think it's cold here, go
Oh,
to alert.
Alert is crazy.
You'll come back in shorts.
Do we get the Lisa?
Oh yeah, almost skipped it. Time is we're good.
We're okay.
Harry,
Lisa, what's the matter with you?
I get it now. Why I'm still alive even though everyone else is dead. I'm not the only one who's still walking around. I'm the same as them. I just hadn't noticed it before.
Lisa,
Stay by me, Harry. Please. I'm so scared. Help me. Save me from them. Please. Harry, hug me.
Damn, Harry, so insensitive.
But she was almost like walking like at an angle.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Aw.
Love it.
This cutscene. All these FMVs were actually designed and created by one person.
Yep.
Modeled everything. It absolutely talented. Now it's all back to Lisa with just wanting a hug. Oh, bloody Lisa.
Yep. But I like it because she's like a monster herself. Like she's scary, but she's just as scared as us. So.
Yeah. So essentially, she's just kind of like, she's reaching out, but there's nothing that we can do, obviously,
Yeah.
of course, because we don't know what the heck is going on around here. So we just leave her. Yep.
as you would in Silent Hill. I mean,
It's just, when in doubt, just leave.
I think I forgot
Oh.
something in the oven.
I'm pretty sure you would have gotten glass in your eye. Just saying.
Glass in
I
the
mean-
eyes is overrated.
Alright. I'm very proud of you right now. You're getting through this.
Yes. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
I
So-
got confused for a second.
Usually for this puzzle, you would want to have a camera. So the camera would show you exactly the patterns that you want for these codes. But because, we're speedrunning, we go fast, we already know the codes, they're memorized. We don't need no stinking camera.
Nope.
As long as we have the code, we get to go right through and get that key. I think the other side is literally just ammo and health. I don't think there's really anything in that room, the other room on the right.
Don't remember.
Yeah, we'd never go in that room.
For me, it's mostly muscle memories. I don't remember. I can't tell what's next. I just remember. Okay, I'm in this room and I need to get stabbed once and then take the door. That's the pro strat.
And we grab the ornaments.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same for everyone. Like I don't have any memory. Very zero memory. So
Yeah.
it's mainly in muscle memories.
I think that's a lot of people. If you run a game for so long, you just don't really remember most things. You're just like, well, I just remember where I'm supposed to go
I
through
mean,
my
muscle memory kicks in, and then you're like, oh, time.
Yeah.
And for a second, I'm like, I hope they didn't push the button backstage just now. I'm like,
We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're nearing the end. I'm pretty sure we're just grabbing the ornaments. There's one scene where I think we're going into the kitchen area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There it
this
is.
one. So this is kind of like a trick
Yeah.
thing. If you try to grab the sword from the fridge, or I don't know if it's a fridge or what is it, but
It's the fridge, I think. Or
yeah. So if you try to run away after taking the sword, usually there's a creature that would come
Yeah.
out and nip you in the butt, and then you're dead.
it's kind of a
okay.
fridge, coffin, monster closet,
Yeah.
So it's a surprise fridge.
potato.
Oh, the ghostly potatoes. Yeah, so that's like a fun thing that a lot of people get tricked with. And then once you get the "you've died" scene, it's like, wait,
Yeah.
That's it?
excuse me?
That's cheap.
That's kind of insulting. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, they have a lot of, even Silent Hill 3 has a lot of secret deaths that you can,
Oh, the mirror room comes to mind.
the mirror room, and then also if you walk across the bridge where there's like the tentacles in the water, if you don't put the hairdryer in first, then the tentacles will grab you and then, oh, you're dead.
Yeah. You died. I didn't know I was playing Dark Soul.
Yeah, it feels like that sometimes. Play on Extreme 10. Oof. No, thank you.
Flicks.
Flick of the switch.
Something like that. Oh, wrong door. What am I doing? I'm confused.
You're doing confused. What you doing?
Oh, I'm wounded too.
Yeah, might wanna fix that up before
Yeah.
we deal with the final encounter.
Yeah, I want to die at the ending. Not there.
No, thank you. I believe so. So there's actually a few ways to deal with that boss, which we'll get to in a moment. But it's actually pretty interesting how the game is set up, depending on what's in your inventory.
It takes into account that what you got as a ammo amount, I think, or something like that.
So if you prove to the game that you have no ammo, it will be like, oh, you have nothing to kill this boss. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna kill that boss for you.
What?
You just have to run around for a little while, and then eventually it's just like, oh, okay. Usually that's the way I like to do it, because I just like to run around in circles.
So
game-
runs out of breath and just collapses.
Yeah, pretty much.
The game goes like, oh, okay, it's Harding. He's making a fool of himself again.
God ain't so tough in this game. He just likes to electrocute you. It's fine. It's very shocking. So now that we got all of the seals, if you will, the plaques, seals, whatever you want to call them,
The emblems,
symbols,
whatever.
emblems. Now that we got all of them, we can finally put them in that door and move on to the final boss, which is exciting. This is pretty much your last place to save in the game for the final boss. If you do not save here, you are going to go way back. That is not exciting. That is not very fun. Because nowhere is very confusing.
I'm just gonna make sure I got all my ammos loaded in.
Got your shotgun?
I got no ammo.
Oh.
That's good.
So it looks like we're running in circles.
Let's go.
Yay.
Just gotta shoot your gun. If you gotta shoot every, I usually shoot every gun and then
Yeah.
start running in circles. Because you gotta prove to the game that you got all the ammo. You can't just run around in circles with all your ammo.
Flick, flick,
Click,
flick.
click, click.
Click, click, click. At least this isn't the PS3 version. The PS3 version of this game has a really bad glitch or like sound issue where if you shoot the rifle or the shotgun, it will just do like a really loud crackle in your ears, and it's the
Okay.
most aggravating sound. Oh! It's there's a lot of sound errors with the PS3 version, unfortunately. So this is technically the best version. Lady, please!
Don't die.
Just running around in circles, forehead.
That actually never happened to me. Always had enough ammo, but hey.
Sometimes you ran out of it.
Yeah, there's our first time to everything. Time.
And time! That's it! And that is Silent Hill 1!
I mean, despite, you know, the crunchy glitch with the monkey and everything.
Yeah, and the death on the first boss.
And the death on the first boss. You're still 13 minutes underestimate. So
yeah.
to anyone submitting to NoReset, oh, y'all take notes. That's how you pad an estimate. Right there. That's how you do it. But congratulations. That's JWRHarding, who did a fantastic job with Silent Hill 1.
Good job, Harding, keeping Slowpoke out of a job.
There we go. Well, at least he works. I mean, he's a slowpoke. He doesn't really want to work.
Hey, we didn't get the Slowpoke this time, though.
So we're good. Then again, you're up next.
Hi, that's me. Hi.
With Silent Hill 2.
Ooh.
So, I mean, it's not too late for a slowpoke.
Yep.
There will. I made sure I was going to be 10 minutes underestimate.
So she just wakes up and it's like things everywhere, and she's like, "How much did I have to drink last night?"
I'm not Harding.
Harry.
Too much.
Just slaps
Too
him
much. Oh, and by the way, I want to say hi to Tommy and Felix. Thank you for watching, guys. And Jester Fox, that was cool. Yeah. And don't forget to give money. There's still time to get the UFO ending. And it's for a good cause. Ripi Saint-Louis is an organism that helps families with children under the spectrum of autism. So it's always cool to mix gaming and good cause. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, the bloopers.
It is. Thank you so much, Harding. What a
Welcome.
great run. Let's get Kat ready for Silent Hill 2 coming up.